carry on, carry on, carry on, carry on.
Welcome to Where Is My Mind, a podcast where we really like paste and wax. I'm a really sad French fry, Parker.
I'm the last 10% of the body wash bottle that needs changed out, Ryan.
Today, after a very exciting life, we both lead very exciting and chaotic lives.
Mildly dramatic.
Very dramatic. And after a couple months of insanity, because I think the last time we recorded was March.
It was.
Which is it's now July. So thank you, university life. Thank you, God, for doing all sorts of great things with our family and friends, and basically, and thank you to work for pretty much incapacitating us to be creative for a little bit. We finally decided that we would do something very heartwarming and very, like, at just the very least, comforting to both of us. If you have not been paying attention to our newsletters, or like if you're not on our Discord, this is not shaming. I'm just saying we do post things in there. You may recall that Edwin Brannon's Terrorama was supposed to be our next episode. We couldn't find information on it, or it was very hard and it was very chaotic, and it's not what we needed.
We needed more Kenneth Williams, I think, is the answer.
We needed more Kenneth Williams. We needed more Jim Dale. And we needed more Joan Sims. So we're doing a Carry On movie. Which, I mean,
it's the finest. It's the best of the series.
We're doing Carry On Screaming, which is, I think is the best. I don't think that's a long shot, really. This is a franchise. This does have like 30-something movies in it. It went on for many years.
They're not all masterpieces. They're really not all amazing. So you have to kind
absolutely
of
not
caveat your expectations with, a metered approach. But Carry On Screaming is one that is possibly the finest comedy horror movie that we all need, that not everybody knows about. It's a strange, anything can be a cult film, but this is like something nobody shared with me. And I feel a little bit shitty about it, because somebody should have told me about this film like 5-10 years ago. Would have really helped.
Did you have any British friends?
No.
That's why.
We have...
Any of our UK listeners will know exactly what Carry On is, because those were like constantly rerun on television over there for years, right?
Yeah.
Like it was like part of like their cultural landscape for a while.
Well, and our friend Andrew, who's a Brit, I mean, I think he seems to be a little bit taken aback, is the best way to put it, in a positive sense.
Yeah.
That we've really fell in love with these films, and they're fascinating to us as like cultural relics, because this is really a lot of stuff that would be Sunday fare. Like, this is
lazy Sunday.
Yeah.
So speaking of which, I found out of this series' existence through you, because you love it. How did you find out about it?
I think it was researching camp film in general, and probably where some of that from the 30s and 40s films went on. So those comedies and I think it was really just through Kenneth Williams, because he was such a strange, I saw his face, and I think he's a person that if you see those flared nostrils once, you can never go back. You can't go back to the farm. If you see Kenneth sneering, and being pretentious and obnoxious and all of his amazing traits,
all the things.
So seeing him, discovering Kenneth Williams, and then naturally this is his bulk of work. He did not have this lavish career outside of the Carry On films. As an imperfect person, he's amazing at what he does in the films themselves. And so, it's really a thank you to his gestures and so on that that really turned us on, or turned myself on to his film work. I'm like, what in the hell is this? This is like the creepiest.
Going on.
He's the weirdest looking, like bad butler sort of look at times. You know, he has this very Jeeves-ish.
He really does embody it, but everyone in their regular crew really, you typically embodies like a not like a trope, or not a stereotype, but like a caricature of something.
Yeah, him and Charles Hawtrey, you know, like those two.
Charles Hawtrey is usually, God, I think I can tell this story now that this film club isn't like running anymore. So there's a local film club, and someone, funnily enough, I think it's like August or July, I get a text from the guy who runs it and is like, hey, yo, this next, like, I think like the next meeting, we're going to be showing Carry On Abroad, which, listen, it was interesting watching it with like a group. I was the only female in that room, so that was fun. It's the only female in that room. That's just an experience, like, because like I don't know. Sometimes the carry-ons will just will parody like genres and stuff. Carry On Abroad doesn't. It parodies the travel system in the UK. And when they do that, a lot of them, they just tend to revolve around sex jokes and general buffoonery. So being a female, like a woman-ish thing in that room was not. It was a choice.
Good evening. Could I see the master of the house?
The master of the house is dead, sir. He's been dead 15 years now. If you'll come in, I'll ask him if he can see you.
Yes. If it's not too much trouble.
Anyways, yeah, Charles Hawtrey in that film, he plays very against type and Carry On Screaming, because he's not on screen for a lot, and he's intelligent. He's just a little guy, whereas like in most Carry-Ons, he's a complete drunken buffoon who's like, he's got these little like he looks like an owl, a very small owl. So that by the time Carry On Abroad comes along, he's an alcoholic. And a lot of times he was drunk on set.
Yeah, his life story is so sad.
It's really sad. But like, yeah, that was his life. It was the last Carry On he was in. He's just a complete, like, he's like a little goofball. And like, you know, so we watch it and I go home. I like go and get like food and whatever. And then I get home and like see like a text from like the guy who runs it, who shall not be named for the purposes of this. He's like, we were talking. He was like, yeah, that was a good screening. I wish more people would come out. And I was like, yeah, me too. They kind of missed a fun one. And he was just like, the drunk character reminded me of you.
Well, Hawtrey getting like full billing on this is weird.
He's in it for maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah, but they had to have him. And I didn't realize how popular Hawtrey was over Williams in the U.S. So he was the commodity. So Charles was the commodity. And like, we got to have him kind of thing. And I think it's a kind of a degree of, it's not offensive, but
no, clearly,
I mean, Kenneth's wordsmithery and, you know, quick wit is really sharp in everything he did.
Yes.
And in real life. I mean, I wouldn't really want to debate the guy, not to say that it's, you know, you couldn't win or anything, but he's formidable with words.
Yes.
So
100%.
I think it's just fascinating that Hawtrey actually sort of overshadowed him. And like you said, he's hardly in the film 5 or 7 minutes. It's crazy.
Okay, that's another thing. This movie's casting. So, Carry On, like I said, they have a crew of actors, right? So, like, yeah, like Kenneth Williams, regular. Jim Dale, regular. He's usually playing just like this young dude. He's not very bright. None of these characters are bright, but like he's just a regular dude.
He's kind of the hunky handsome of the lot.
Peter Butterworth, complete fucking idiot. As the detective here. He's also, I remember in Carry On Abroad, he had to play a Spanish person, so that was kind of strange to watch. Bernard Bresslaw, just big hunky dude, real tall. He's playing like a, oh my god, what's the one character from the Addams Family? What's the butler from the Addams Family? I'm losing my mind. I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm disappointed.
Lurch. He goes
Lurch.
by
Okay,
Lurch.
he's playing Lurch. He's playing a Lurch type character.
Which is so sad because Bernard Bresslaw is so talented as a
He
comedian.
is.
Like the fact that they were like tall guy. I mean, at least they included him. I'll give him that. Like, you should have included him.
Get to, because like they'll have these they have like some of the series regulars, but then like this film specifically excludes several people.
Yeah, like Sid James.
Sid James, he's literally like this lecherous old man. I don't know if it was a scheduling thing. I don't know if it's like when they were writing the script for this, they couldn't fit him in. Be like, all right, we got this gothic horror mystery. We can't put a creepy old man in.
Barbara Windsor would have been amazing.
Where is she?
Right. The other favorite of mine is Hattie Jakes. Like, she's done something here, and I mean, we really rely so heavily on like Joni Sims to.
She's so typecast. God bless her.
It felt like there could have been more, but I know what they're going for is this henpecky, like brutal cutting wife to Detective Bung. She's Mrs. Bung.
Oh,
so Harry Corbett, you know. He's
not even a series regular.
No. Yeah. Yep. He's famous from Steptoe and Son and other things, but
what is him in? I cannot remember what I recognized him in. He wouldn't have. I don't think Sid James would have been able to pull it off. To his credit,
yeah.
I think we get a very good performance from Corbett.
Yeah.
I'm not super. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Maybe I think it's just both of us not liking tons of change and being like, "What did you do?"
Well, and we wanted a large, like, for this type of film, you could have this really big, expansive cast, but Carry On Screaming is special because honestly, you're down to like 8 to 10 characters. It's very, very sparse, which makes it feel comfortable. There's a like family tightness to it that you're never stretched. You get to know them, and you're never like stretched too thin. As far as like distracting, you know.
We haven't even talked about what this is about, and we're already screaming about the cast. So, let me just try to give a freaking summary of this. So, an evil brother and sister are kidnapping young women and turning them into mannequins to be like store displays and stuff.
And they're not incestuous or anything, but there's kind of bestie energy going on. Okay.
So then, so the police, Jim Dale, his girlfriend gets kidnapped when they're in the woods trying to have a good time. And he notifies the police, and we follow Detective Bung. And what is it? It's Detective Sergeant Bung and Detective Constable Slobotham. I would pronounce it Slobotham, but it's Slowbottom. Yeah, because of their accents, it's Slowbottom. Yeah. And they're trying to track them down and like figure out what's going on. And if you can tell by their last names, you can probably tell they're not very smart. So yeah, that's why the movie takes an hour and a half to do things. Yeah, so the siblings, the evil siblings, are played by Kenneth Williams and another not frequent regular, Fenella Field, as Orlando and Valeria.
Watt.
Yeah, Watt. Dr. Watt. I'm not gonna piss off Jim or Matt, Andrew with a shitty British accent, but I do have the fun trivia fact that like the Southern accent that I know I kind of have, it's just a slowed down British accent. But I'm not going to attempt to kill anyone doing that.
That should be a conversation worth hearing.
Yeah. Fenella Fielding, she is also
amazing.
She's great. She's great in this, but she's not in many. Yeah, she's in this and like in later Carry On.
Regardless, which really not much. It was not much of a film.
She is not. She's in like that, and then like the Carry On summary. That's Carry On.
I think she wanted a traditional career outside of the franchise. And I mean, you can't fault anybody for that, because there are folks like, Hawtrey and Williams that honestly, like,
This was their career.
you're not going to be doing anything else. This is the next 30 films. Like, this is it.
Oh my fucking god, Ryan. I'm looking at her filmography.
Yeah.
She is the narrator in Road to Saint Tropez. Do you know what that is? Do you know what that is? Don't look it up. Do you know what it is off the top of your head?
No, is this like 18 plus? Is this where?
No, it's not. It is Udo Kier's first film appearance. She was the narrator.
Whose first appearance?
Udo!
See, there's always an Udo Kier. Why? That's synchronicity, my friend.
It's been months. This man is everywhere.
You can't. It's like Brian Eno for music. Eno is always attached to something.
Oh my god, my heart rate just jumped looking at that. Okay, we're not going to get on that road. We're not doing an episode.
Fair enough.
That, but like, yeah, he's like he's like in his 20s. He's like 20 in that. He's like my age. He's young in that, but that's a whole thing. It's a fun little travel log though. Anyways, yeah, no, she had a career. Yeah, obviously she had a career outside of this. So yeah, like, again, just another very interesting casting choice.
Her role is really interesting to me because it is sort of this vamped up Morticia Williams or Morticia Addams character.
It's this entire film, because this is Britain and this is a British movie from the 1960s. Do you know what horror films were being made then?
The good stuff. Hammer films.
So this takes a lot of that, a lot of the gothicness of those movies, and then like there's like a couple of other gothic horror influences. So we've talked about it a little bit, the Addams Family. There's a couple characters like that. I also noticed, because the choice to make the two evil characters siblings and not like a man and wife or anything like that, choice to make them siblings is interesting, because my brain, when I think, okay, evil / weird siblings in Gothic literature, is Edgar Allan Poe's The Fall of the House of Usher.
Sure.
Which, like, I think there's maybe some incesty necrophilia stuff implied in that. It's been a few years, but
I mean, they both have the same kink of strange mummification practices.
Sure, yeah. It's weird. It's a choice, yeah. But like, I do think the choice to make them siblings and not like lovers or anything like that. Maybe it's because Kenneth Williams is a raging, you know what, bad word for gay.
He's so hyped up. It's just like he's on crack or something. Uppers, poppers, everything. He's ready to go. I mean, it's a Friday night.
Okay, whoever edits this, we need to put in the clip of him saying something fun right now. I don't care what it is, but there's probably something in here where he's being a ham.
2 or 3 lines from this morning that I specifically
good.
Was like going in.
He is a giant country ham in this. Holy crap, he's amazing. And they've like, I don't know, all like the weirdo characters, they get like tons of like white powder and black eyeshadow and stuff. I mean, it's really entertaining.
What time is it?
Just past December.
I told you not to call me till the beginning of March.
I know, Orlando, but this is an emergency. There are some men here to see you.
I can't see anyone in my state. I'm nowhere near regenerated yet.
You will just have to, my darling.
Have we talked about how they kidnap people? Have we talked about that?
No.
I don't think we have. They have a Frankensteinish monster called Oddbod. And he's giant and hairy. And he goes and takes people. Takes these young women from the woods.
He's like 7 to 8 feet tall kind of thing, but he's dressed like a mechanic. And we were talking about this, is like Oddbod looks like about 90% of sort of trollish people online.
This is the 1960s Discord mod.
Early neckbeard. Yeah,
Yes.
This is prototype good neckbeard action going on.
Here's the thing. I don't think he's into underage girls or anything.
No.
I don't think that would work. I think there would be lots of questions if that happened.
I mean, he did lose a thumb or toe or digit.
He lost a thumb. Here's another. We're not even trying to summarize this, guys. You guys know I hate summarizing.
The fun bits.
I hate it. But like, we're talking. These are things that happen. This just shows you the comedy levels we are looking at here. Yes, he loses a finger at some point, pretty early on. And like this weird mad police doctor is like, I'll figure out what this is. And then he accidentally regenerates another Oddbod.
Yep.
And then he kills this doctor and then fucking escapes.
Played by Doctor Who. John Pertwee is Doctor Who.
Yes.
That's always kind of...
Yes. Oh, yeah. I knew Doctor Who was related to this.
Yep.
God.
But yeah, Junior, is it Junior Oddbod or like Little
Oddbod
Oddbod?
Jr.
Oddbod Junior.
Oddbod Jr., he goes and, yeah, Orlando, that's what they name, the Watts get him, and they're like, what happened to you? They're confused, and they're like, okay, he's Oddbod Jr. now. We have another one. So yeah, we're not talking high comedy levels. I think
it could work for young people. Like if you're 8 to 12, the humor translates to
like older like an older elementary middle schooler. I think there's a lot of sex jokes still. I feel like this entry specifically would be fine because there's not as much sex stuff. A lot of some of these, like, again, I'm gonna call out Carry On Abroad. There's a lot of sex jokes in that.
This is fairly tame on that.
This is it also, okay, this has to carry a genre. This has to be funny, and it has to successfully parody a genre, right? Carry On Spying does this well. I think Carry On Cleopatra does this well as well, with like the historical epic type thing. Because I think Cleopatra with Liz Taylor had come out. They're kind of poking fun at that. The blackface in that jump scared me. I will say that. There's like...
It's not parody satire line, that it tries to go for.
It's like, could you guys not have found like a big black dude off the streets and put him in this? Or did you have to pay one of your series regulars in like all black and like have him as a guard? Did you guys have to do that?
This doesn't have much slapstick humor, and that's kind of I think that makes it special to me. Is it doesn't it really relies heavily more on the dialogue, the writing, the comedic writing is crucial. Where there are moments, of course, where like Dr. Orlando Watt, Kenneth Williams, where he starts fading away and so on. So there's just like these sort of funny film tricks where they have to plug him in. Gags. Yeah.
Because he's technically dead.
Yeah.
He has to get electrocuted back to life. It's a reverse House of Usher, because in that story, I can't remember the guy's name. Anyways, yeah, Mr. Usher is like up walking around, and he's like, yeah, my sister's dead. But then, he's like protecting her and stuff. It's weird. Yeah, but like, it's kind of the opposite of that, where like the sister here, Valeria, is still around, but like Orlando's technically dead.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be revived to like do anything, which honestly relatable.
I mean, Detective Bung, he's sympathetic because he's just like picked on all the time.
I like him. He's got this insufferable wife.
Yeah. She's so bad. Joan Sims does such a great job.
That's Emily.
Just kills it. Yeah.
Oh, man. God bless her. God bless this poor woman.
He outdoes Corbett's performance in the best way.
She really does.
She really kind of gets under
she gets under your skin.
She gets under your skin. She really does. It's just like, dude, you got to get a divorce. This is bad. This woman is out of control and just destroying you emotionally, right? And on the regular, not good.
Listen, I know policemen have a tough time maintaining marriages. Insane. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, he does stay at work a lot. So, I mean, I
understand he's a workaholic, and he's got, this kind of missing persons case. I understand. It's a little funky. You may have to keep some late hours, but this is like crazy.
Yeah, she probably thinks he's out there sleeping with Oddbod in the forest. I mean, because
exactly
getting up to weird stuff in the park.
Like, what is this young? Why are you with this young? Oh, the series fascination with drag keeps coming too, because there's a lot of in research for this, I came across a book that which one is it? The Pocket Essential Carry-On Films or whatever. And it's just like a review. It's like these little bite-sized reviews of like all the Carry On movies. Yeah, Mark Hamill's the author. He does a fantastic job. If you just want to get into it, he kind of goes over the entire series as it progresses. It's not. It's very good. It's just really good if you want to just begin getting into this, right? So I'm like reading, and like he has like with every film, if there is a cross-dressing male character, there is a section on it of if like an actor has to cross-dress because it happens frequently enough. So yeah, we have Peter Butterworth here cross-dressing as a bait because
And he's a stout dude with a big 5 o'clock shadow. And I mean, it's so
he's
good.
not an effeminate guy.
No. But they doll him up big time.
Do. And yeah, Joan Sims is like thinking her husband is sleeping with this young woman, but it's actually Peter Butterworth as bait.
Which then the whole slow bottom, that does start to...
He wears on you.
Yeah.
He can, there is a formula. Like I said, there is a formula with these.
Please. Doctor what?
Doctor who, sir?
What? Who was my uncle, or was? I haven't seen him for ages.
We appear to be at Loggerheads, sir.
No, this is Bidewee. Loggerhead's about 5 miles down the road.
No, about your name.
What?
What's your name?
What's his name?
That's what I'm trying to find out, sir.
Excuses, nothing but excuses. Just get the statement down. I haven't seen or heard anything suspicious in the vicinity this evening.
You too, eh? I'm so glad it wasn't just me who didn't.
Well, look, sir, we won't take up any more of your valuable time. You've been most kind and cooperative.
Not at all. I'm only too glad to help at any time.
You can probably explain it better than me because you've seen all.
I mean, they like we were talking about, they're caricatures, generally speaking. The difference being is that the writing is so whip smart and quick that it just makes the film so much more enjoyable than you expect. I think that's what blew me away with this. Is unfortunately, if you see Carry On Screaming, and this is the first Carry On you're going to experience, it is going to cause you problems down the line because you cannot hit the high. This is a high.
This is a very high, although there are some other really good ones.
There's other wonderful ones to check out for sure, but this
like Carry On Spying is also, from what I watched, was pretty good. Because that's like that's in black and white.
Yeah.
But I remember that being very good. Is it? I can't remember if it's before or after James Bond, but it was quite nice.
After, I believe it was after.
It would have
it was just really digging in on. Although I'm not sure, it could just have been espionage films of the time.
Hell, it's good. Carry On Doctor's fine.
The whole Sherlock Holmes element with Bung and Slow Bottom as really like is ineffective. It's wonderful.
I was thinking that last night watching. I was like, this is just really, really dumb Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, which is it's refreshing because
it is
typically in that genre and so whatever you want to call it of film, it's always just sort of smug, overly smart, clever, and then you have Watson as your buffer, as your secondary assistant kind of thing. But this one is like they're just so crap for the most part that
it's like it's the best train wreck you'll ever see.
Yeah, it makes it.
They do eventually solve. There is a conclusion, which is nice.
I mean, without saying anything, but the ending is very abrupt. That's my only complaint. Is it's like it just goes quicken.
Sure, but did you want it to go on longer?
Well, no. Like I said,
it is a very abrupt ending. Yes, you're good.
Yeah. The first third of the movie is really where all the gold is at. It's best.
I think it does lose some gas in the tank. You know what?
It happens.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's perfectly fine.
Jim does a pretty good job. I mean, as far as like his roles, Jim Dale is Albert Potter. I love him. He can't get laid, and he's so angry about it. And it starts right from the beginning of the movie because he's just frustrated.
Frank keeps getting kidnapped.
Yeah.
It's like I can't have sex in the woods because the girl gets. That's how this movie opens. Is the girl gets scared, and then he's like, well, like he's telling her like, nothing's wrong, right? Like you're just imagining things, and then it keeps happening enough where he's like, okay, fine, I'm gonna go investigate it. right? And then when he does go, when he goes, and leaves for a little bit, the girl gets kidnapped by Oddbod.
Yeah, and then the interview with the police, basically, just like they just keep thinking, that he's.
Insert more of this fantastic dialogue that the police always end themselves up in. Insert more of that, because oh my god,
they won't leave him alone. They were like, "Oh, what are you up to? How far
are
did
you
you
sure
get, pal?"
about that? Yeah.
And he's just defeated mostly and trying to make,
Well, we've talked a lot about caricatures and stuff. How do you think, like, that instead of having, like, a certain cast member play a specific character, they just play, like, a general archetype? How do you think that either helps the series or sometimes acts against it?
In this context, with old horror films being effectively what they're being satirical about, I think in this one instance, yes, it really does work. But in the rest of the series, there's only a couple of the actors that kind of maintain that, and that really probably comes down. Joan Sims has a fiery, angry side that she can unload, and so that's kind of a bit of her superpower, I think, at least. But then for Kenneth Williams, he's really being Kenneth Williams in everything. These characters are just addressing, in my mind at least, how I kind of enjoy him. I don't think he really stretches terribly far, because he knows how to do his dialogue a certain way, and he wrote a lot of the lines and dialogue for much of the film. So he was such a contributing writer. So he had the ability and access to do that. Whereas I don't know about Sid James as much, and so I think for the most part, like the series needed Kenneth Williams and many of the other actors. So the carry-ons without Kenneth, they don't hit the same way. They're still funny. They're still really good and enjoyable, but the vibe is different. Just the way kind of adding Corbett in this is so weird. And Fenella does a great job, but
great. It's just these strange casting decisions that you're like, do you think they were like, they had, obviously they're film specific, but like, surely I don't to assume Gerald Thomas, who directed most of these, had some input and like wanted certain people in certain places.
Something about a girl disappearing in the vicinity.
Oh, that must be the one Oddbod brought back.
Oh, he got one, did he? Oh, yes. Very nice. I must say he has very good taste.
Yes, well, we must vitrify her tonight and get her away first thing in the morning.
Yeah, I think it was mostly his baby on a lot, and he had his troupe, effectively.
Yeah. Every good director has one.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm losing faith that is still a phenomena.
Depends.
Sometimes it's over the top. It's like Wes Anderson. Like I do like some of his films, but damn, man, you put 35 major actors. It's a bit much.
Okay. Eggers is the one that really likes Willem Dafoe, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because he's been in that. He's been in Nosferatu. He's been in Lighthouse and stuff like that. He likes him a lot. Crap. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so sometimes it's just those connections. You wonder how much Thomas, how all of the actors must have had a lot of faith in him.
They really must have.
Yeah.
Some of these are really shitty.
Correct. Yes. This is a series that has some painful moments. And then there was that weird 90s reboot garbage.
Very on Columbus, one of the most hated British movies ever made.
And it stars people that are exceptionally talented in other films and TV series. So that was the sad part, is like, these were really great actors, but the writing was awful. It wasn't funny.
I was wondering if you'd seen it, because I know people hate it.
Carry On Emmanuel with Kenneth Williams' bare ass when he's like 70 years old. That's rough. That's
We don't
not
want to see old man ass.
not a
Sorry.
highlight.
We don't want
And
to see that.
I think that was conditional that he wanted included. So
Strong statement coming from you.
just why? And I have so many biographies, and
You've collected a lot of these, yes.
I have, and his private diaries are semi-published or private published and so on. And I mean, I think it's like 30 volumes, and I would not be opposed to that, to just read his whole entire life. But it's just at the same time, man. Yeah, Carry On Emmanuel, rough.
I tried reading part of the diaries because some of it is on Archive. I tried it. I was like, holy crap, there's so much.
It's I think it's the kind of thing you work at, chip away at in the depths of winter despair.
This is a real red letter day, isn't it? I must remember to make a note of it in me diary.
I'm wanted down at the station.
Oh, yes, you would be. Put them before me. I wonder you don't marry the ruddy police force and have done with it.
What, miss all the fun I've had with you?
I don't know why you bother coming home at all. Stay at your rotten old police station. Let them look after you. See if any of them will give you what you got from me.
It's been so long since I've had anything from you, I've forgotten whether it's worth having.
We went through that so quickly.
I mean, the other thing is how these relate to the Hammer films, not in specificity, but they're not disrespectful. The one thing I guess that the Carry On series more often tends to celebrate the themes and topics.
They're not jerks. I mean, unless it's like an explicit satire on an institution, then maybe. But like, as far as like genre parodies,
and there's plenty of like stuff that's incorrect too. I mean, I'm not going to name the specifics just in front of me, but I have watched some of these films, and it's just incorrect terminology of what we would phrase people.
You've watched all of them and you can name names.
You don't want to. You have to sort of go, product of its time. We don't condone it today.
You called out blackface in one of these. You can keep going.
This one only has one moment where the police doctor is looking up the scientific criteria for odd bod. Do you remember that portion?
Barely.
Instead of it's the Homo gigantus, but it's just at first it's he's saying, oh, let's look up Homo, and then looking at it, in a salacious, shitty manner.
Yeah,
so, just a bad joke flop kind of.
Williams running crew, and he let that slide.
What? Yeah, I mean, hard to say. I don't think.
He wasn't in the scene. It didn't matter.
Yeah, he was not. Well, I don't know. The one time he went to Morocco with all the boys and friends, like even that didn't go well for him, and I think he returned home untouched and unfulfilled. So, very, yeah.
Again, like I said, like it's usually when they're parodying like an institution that they begin really getting weird. Like as far as like actual genre parody, they're usually pretty nice. Like, this one's not particularly inflammatory.
He's a bit new. Well, there's no need for anybody to get excited, is there, Mr.
Daniel Dan.
Dan. That is a funny name for someone in this job, isn't it? Well, we just want to have a friendly little chat, Mr. Dan.
Well, shall we go to my little room? Make yourselves at home, gents.
Well, this is...
No, there was a few portions. If it just had a couple things missing, this is really like PG rated kind of entertainment. I mean, if a couple double entendres go a little far and so forth, I suppose. But
we are putting well. This is House of Wax comedy. So
it kind of is.
Another thing they probably brought in. I cannot remember if House of Wax. Can't remember where House of Wax was produced. I don't think it's Hammer. But fuck if I know. I know it's a Vincent Price movie.
It is. the the whole mummy.
Oh, yeah.
I just the name.
Sure.
Oh, come on.
Sure. Hey, listen, it's so fascinating because, like, this never chooses to be, okay, we're going to be a Christopher Lee Dracula parody, because there's like 7 of those. This never goes anywhere near that, but this just chooses to be just like this amalgamation of like horror tropes. Like I said, we have the gothic elements. We have a weird Frankenstein element to it, right?
Yeah.
There's like, there's this like Morticia Addams thing going on. There's like this Addams family thing going on. And then we have like a Jekyll and Hyde moment a couple times. Because like Detective Bung and I don't even remember Jim Dale's character's name, but they both have a couple. Sure, they have like weird like Jekyll and Hyde moments when like they accidentally get seduced and trapped by Valeria.
Sometimes it's just like in this movie, like the stupid names. Like for Charles Hawtrey, his name is Dan. Second Dan with the extra N.
With 2 N's.
So every time they say Dan, it just works for me. I start laughing. I don't want to laugh at something that's just
Dan the gardening man.
It's so bad. Yeah, it's not good. And they just keep doing it. Probably, like you said, because Hawtrey's such like, and he's this like wispy, like he could blow away in the wind. I mean, his feet are not touching the ground. It's like he's very.
You're just reminding me why I got compared to this man. Okay,
I'm just saying. Dan.
Pointing out why I got compared to this poor bastard. Oh my god.
I mean, there's a tiny resemblance.
Sure, yeah. I'm not saying I'm just not drunk all the time and running. I mean, I do run into things when I'm not drunk. I just do that naturally. So. Never mind the full bottle of tequila I have in the other room. Yeah.
I just like that Kenneth is named Orlando. He's got this exotic fancy pants effect sort of weird thing going on. He's the perfect,
Girl, that's where Disney World is. I don't want to hear it. That's in Central. All I can think about is Central Florida when I hear Orlando. I don't think of a name, okay? Even if it's British like this, I don't care.
I don't think he ever came to America, but if he did...
Not shocking.
I mean...
Why would he have gone to Orlando?
Well, I think he would have liked Miami. It would have been fun. He would have found some family. But I mean, yeah, he'd hit the club and
Springs, Palm Springs would be fine. He'd be perfectly fine. Maybe a little warm. No, but yeah, okay. We get off topic with this so quickly. Yeah, like it had to have been a choice to not specifically go after a certain ilk of horror and just make multiple horror parodies out of it, right? Like they could have done what they hypothetically could have done is they could have just gone after all the major monster movies like Universal, like what stuff like Universal had done. So like they could have done a Dracula and a Frankenstein and a Jekyll and Hyde and a Mummy and an Invisible Man. See, look at that. I've already thought of 5 Carry-On movies on their own right. But instead, they compact it to like a single movie for the most part.
Which is unusual because most of the films are singular in scope. They're just a time period.
I think it's fascinating.
It's not a hodgepodge, and this very much.
No, this is not a hodge. This is not to call it a hodgepodge, but it is a curious decision to kind of just tackle everything at once and not spread it out. I hate to ask it, but like, do you think that's because they maybe knew, Hammer films and stuff like that? Like, there's kind of a wave of them. They're not forever.
Those stockings. She never wears them. Mind you, I've seen worse. There's a Scotsman who goes past here in a kilt and you wouldn't give it credence.
Mr. Dan, the Sergeant Bung is trying to ask you some questions.
All right.
We want to know what happened to Doris.
Yes, I'm sure you do. Her and the others.
And the others? What do you know, Mr. Dan?
I was working out at a place near Hokum Woods as a gardener.
By the way,
That's the place. Not a bad job. Well paid. They're talking to Dan.
Dan?
Dan, the gardening man, you know.
Oh, that could be very awkward. We must silence him. Oddbod?
Mind you, I'm not saying that what happened to Doris isn't what happened to the others, but it looked very suspicious to me.
Because I think by the 70s.
And I don't think they want to make enemies either. So I think it's like at the same time, it's paying, you know, homage to probably, you know, things that they generally enjoyed and loved and also were popular. Like most of these films have relatable elements. Like Carry On Camping is probably the second most popular of the Carry On series.
Yeah.
So everybody at least is familiar with antics.
That's also filled with just sex jokes.
Why did I ever meddle in this horrible business? I was happy enough as a simple chemist, making my little liver pills. They never did anyone any harm. Well, not if taken in moderation. Of course, if you overdid it.
Oh, for heaven's sake, pull yourself together. I'll see who it is. You look after him.
All very well for her to say, pull yourself together. But, I mean, look what happened to Dr. Frankenstein and Dr. Jekyll. I was at school with them, you know. Yes, they always pinched me pocket money. So the change did them good.
That one is constant. It just doesn't stop.
I tried to watch it and I was like, oh my God, I'm not gonna.
And some of them, like I said, they just fall flat. They're not, some of it is just not always.
You want to constantly hear jokes about cheating on your old wife with this beautiful blonde woman with a body.
The older male perspective is really strong with that movie. It's kind of 60s, 70s.
Really hate to be that person because I know that's what was popular at the time and like that's what was generally accepted and it was okay. And some people are still okay with it. They're fine with it. Holy crap, it gets weird. It gets uncomfortable after a minute. I'm just like, I don't want to watch the sex jokes. That might be more of a statement on me. It gets to be a lot after, you know, about 80 minutes.
What I liked about specifically like how Kenneth Williams handles some of that is that often it's Hattie Jakes or Joan Sims that's pursuing him and he's like, this is never going to happen. You don't understand. I have no interest. This is absolutely platonic.
I have no interest for an unspecified reason. Again.
Correct. It's so cool that he weaves that in, basically.
Knows.
And the audience knows this isn't like some.
But like, they just veil it with like, okay, and like, yeah, this is where it's kind of like, okay, that's my problem for this time because they don't. Obviously, he can't just be like, no, I like men. He can't just say that.
No. And he likes himself a lot. So, but still.
But like, he can't just straight up say, I'm into dudes. It's always under like the pretense of like, I'm this preposterous, like, and not pent up, but like
celibate.
Very like entitled, stuck up person.
Yeah.
I don't have time for such things. It's always put under that, which is, I just think that's an interesting way to put homosexuality. Would you like to elaborate on that?
I think sometimes he does like sort of a high society, like avoiding pleasures of the flesh sort of angle, which is its own kind of like, because he's doing it often a snobbish
very
component.
snobby.
So he's like snotty and his like also his sarcasm and quick wit. That's what saves him because
consistently snob.
But you look for like you want him in after 10 minutes without him. You do start to
You're like come back, please.
Come back.
I beg you.
Yeah.
Even if he's supposed to be someone you inherently dislike, like in Screaming.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
And he steals the scenes. That's the other kind of thing is like, it's not him being terrible doing it, but it is like, he just knows his stuff and how to pull it off. And that got him into it. And he got him in a lot of trouble. Like in his early career, that didn't go so great. And I mean, to an extent, people started knowing who he was and from radio and so forth and going on. But You can definitely see where that kind of amusement and charm that he has. But it's unique with this film because I really do think like Fenella Fielding is so captivating herself.
She's great.
The scene, so it really is this handing of the microphone back and forth on even playing field that they both are so goddamn good that, yeah.
You don't mind if she smokes?
Nope.
Not at all. No. You saying like a rich person being snobby and resisting pleasure to the front flesh, and I was like, did you watch Flesh for Frankenstein, or was that just me? I was like, fuck. Like, fuck, dude. If that's fuck, dude. This is like the one person I know that's resisting the pleasure of the flesh that has money.
It's a fit.
It's a fit. We have two opposite ends of the spectrum. Williams, movie, then we have the Frankensteins. Flesh for Frankenstein.
That is a dichotomy there.
Brother and sister.
Yeah.
Come on, Orlando. Work to be done.
Oh dear, no rest for the wicked.
That's.
Oh my god.
That is the double feature to
oh my god.
You play both films.
We have polar opposites, although yeah, Flesh for Frankenstein also fantastic take on. It's not Hammer, but it is a fantastic take on like gothic horror. I would, yeah, please God, I don't think I can speak highly. It was in my favorites for a while. People know why I love it, but God, please go watch it, and then afterwards go buy yourself a gallbladder plushie because it'll be worth it.
So if Flesh for Frankenstein was compared to Carry On Screaming,
sure,
I think Kenneth Williams, like of Flesh for Frankenstein, is Arno.
Yeah,
the Baron's assistant.
Yes,
like that's the dude. That's our corollary.
I can see it because Arno.
Yeah,
I feel bad for. I don't know what this. He's an unsung part of that and Blood for Dracula. I think he does fantastic in that as well. He can't find much information on him, and I just kind of hope. I'm like, I hope that guy had a good career. I hope he had like a nice little career. And like, you know,
they all end up running antique shops. That's my theory. All of my Euro cult.
Thinking to myself, is he alive? I'm like,
he was last seen, you know, in a small plane over Borneo with about $1.5 million cash. Never seen it from again. So it's just, we don't know. Man's got secrets.
Sounds about right.
Parker, he has debts that no one can pay.
Oh God.
Just saying.
What is this fucking Hostel? Eli Roth, get your camera out. I think we found a way for you to properly make that snuff movie.
It's called Shed Adventures. Night digging. Doesn't like night digging.
You're gonna have that. You're gonna have to cut and explain what the fuck that is to me. I hope you don't have a passport, Ryan.
Those flowers. That's a.
Those poor flowers.
I was going to say the gardens never looked so good. Those roses are filled with bone business.
Holy shit.
You may need more passports. You should get a second one. Just
fuck you. I need one. I need one if I want to be in this if I want to be alive right now. Okay. Oh my God. Yeah. No. Kenneth Williams is Otto. Sure. I'll take it.
I like it.
He'll upstage Udo Kier, which is hard.
So part of our social media discussions involve using this very renowned animated show called Bluey. Some people are familiar with, and we're going to be doing a Carry On Screaming with the Bluey characters. We're going to use the Bluey theme song. It's going to be great.
Is this because of one reel I see?
Yes. And now it may apply to others.
It applies to a very famous cult film that's also a musical that stars Tim Curry.
Great Artist Steele.
And Susan Sarandon. It applies to that, but
don't dream it, be it.
I can't bring my dog into this, you know that? I can't bring my dog into this. They need to make a Bluey, but with Bernese Mountain Dogs.
That'd be fun.
They'd be sleeping all the time.
They don't snore that much. You'd think for a big bastard dogs that I have that they would snore, and they sleep next to me. You know, that's 110 pounds each of swamp ass to scratch, and you know they're not like farty, smelly. They have a lot of fur, so yeah, you do have to like yeah.
You can make another dog out of one of them.
It's true. My Dyson though, it doesn't skip a beat. So that's the deal. You need the
a sponsorship from Dyson for this episode because
I wouldn't mind. I mean, so far so good.
We don't make money from these, but yeah, having money would be nice every once in a while.
You know, podcasts always say that. They're just, we got to pay for the podcast.
Well, Unsung Horrors doesn't make money, I don't think.
No. I mean, there is a little bit like of course hosting and that, but it always it drives me nuts. I'm like, how much are you buying? I think people want cameras. They just want more cameras. They just want cinematic cameras with.
I video call and like you can see my reactions, and that's enough for me.
It's plenty. I mean, and I don't even think that gets saved.
That doesn't need to be public.
No.
We flip each other off all the time, I'm sure of it. So
you can hear it verbally. I mean,
holy crap. Well, the other thing I think we need to, oh my God, this is terribly morbid. We're going to put Bluey and the very famous line that comes somewhat towards the end of this film in our social media sync. I think we're going to have to.
I think it works.
I think, oh man, I put the clip.
I don't think anybody will care with if we put clips into this, I think we're going to be safe as can be.
We're going to be great.
As long as there's no music. That's the only thing. It's like, so long as it doesn't ding on music, fine. No big deal.
I wanted the theme song as the beginning of this, that little opening credits thing. That was perfect.
I think as long as it isn't their clip, I mean, we should try it.
We should try.
We'll just try it.
We should try.
It's the thing. We'll take it off.
We're not making money.
Correct.
I stopped giving fucks.
No Patreon. We pay for this out of pocket, and it's paid for the year. You're stuck with a year.
You want to send me money? I do have Venmo.
That is true.
Cash App. If you want to send us money, we have Venmo.
I hate these honest, law-abiding people. Why can't everyone be thoroughly horrid like us?
Like separate account. We have Venmo and like Cash App. You can send me money if you really, really like me for some fucking reason. Oh shit, we did not talk about this. Where in the horror comedy timeline does this come? Because I know this comes after Abbott and Costello meet Dracula and Frankenstein, right? That happened. Was there anything else before this and anything immediately after or close to this time-wise?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, this stands out. It stands pretty tall.
Guys, I don't give a flying fuck about horror comedy. I don't give a flying anything about comedy usually because I'm usually so out of it that I'm just like, listen, I just want to watch. I would rather watch stand-up than watch like a comedy movie. So I feel like a person making jokes about their own life and like their experience, I think that's so much funnier than just putting it in a scripted way. I really think so. So yeah, for me to like actually enjoy this because I think it's genuinely funny is strange. I'm not a big British comedy person at all. Like I've tried Monty Python. Yeah. I've tried like, what is it? Keeping Up Appearances. I watched that as a kid. I tried it and I was like, I'm okay.
I have very specific, like Allo is probably my favorite TV show of any show, but it is corny at times.
I tried that. I was okay with it.
Yeah.
It's not bad. None of it. I haven't yet to find something that I've thought this is bad. But I'm also kind of like,
after this film, I mean, Scary Movie 2, that's the next horror comedy. And that is not, it's not good. It just has moments, but they're so overplayed and overstretched.
Okay, the second a movie becomes self-aware, a horror film specifically, is when I'm turned off.
Oh, this is awful. I wish I was dead.
you can be campy and silly, but the second you like turn to me and you're like, wow, this sucks, you know? Or like, haha, look at this, we're doing a trope, we know what's gonna happen. Like Scream almost.
Mhm.
That's when I get really pissed off. Is like I'm like, are you assuming I'm fucking stupid? I'm fucking daft. And I don't understand what you're doing. Whereas this never ever puts itself above the audience.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's where it kind of keeps us it's endearing.
It lives in this space of like it knows it's dumb and silly, but it just keeps doing it because that's what it's good at. It never like turns to us and is like, we're silly and dumb.
Yeah.
And we're gonna make sure you know it. Like, self-awareness in film is so hard to describe, right? But this isn't it.
No, and this doesn't even ride the line. I think genuinely,
No.
I like every person in this. I mean, I think it's just
everyone's good at playing their stereotypes.
They are.
Everyone's good at playing their caricatures.
Yeah.
And it works. So it's like not.
The Christopher Guest movies have elements of this. Best in Show, for instance, with like dog culture and so forth. But
well, you know about that.
Yeah, so troop comedy, like it can really, really work, but it's so hard to get right. Mostly because it doesn't take much to lose an audience, or like you said, become that self-aware thing where you just you just lose the film, and it's high risk.
Yeah, the only meta horror film I can actually like survive with. I mean, okay, I watched There's Nothing Out There, and I thought it was okay. It was like a fun little trauma movie, whatever. The only one that I can actually like semi take seriously and be fine with is New Nightmare. And that's because it's not trying to be funny. It's because it's like just being like, well, Wes Craven's making a new Freddy Krueger movie. But Wes Craven is smart and like knows how to make a fucking movie.
Yeah, that's a really probably a singular instance where it's actually relevant. The whole premise of that actually you couldn't have that film without that portion. That's key.
100%. Yeah, you can't. Yeah. So unfortunately, that did open the door for Scream and all the reboot sequels, all that stuff that we have now that I find slightly insufferable. So
I've tried them and I just stare blankly, emotionless, and there's just nothing inside.
It's the proper reaction.
Well, and then comes the frustration and or just annoyance.
Girl, people my age eat it up. I get mad at that.
Yeah,
like, you people are fucking idiots. This is terrible. Why are you putting money towards seeing this thing? Like, fuck you. This is horrible.
If some moron is having more laughs than me or more enjoyment of something, like there is an intrinsic, like it's not a jealousy, but it is like clearly they're having a ball and I am not. And I'm sure there's equally films that I watch that clearly would not go over too well with fans of Scream Part 5, you know? It's okay. It's all right.
Disgusting. Disgusting. Yeah, great. Yeah, this is just us being cynical of monster movies. This is just being cynical. This is just us being cynical with that. We're fun and we're not jaded at all. Okay. Anything else you want to milk out of this? Editing this is going to be so fun. So fun.
So set wise, this is another example of use like 4 sets. Keep it simple.
It's Pinewood Studios.
Yeah,
they're just shooting everything there.
I love it.
4 sets.
There's even an exterior. There's an exterior shot with some classic vehicles.
And those are fine.
Because they last about 10 seconds and then get right back to what,
Well, it's like a close-up of some random woods.
It is.
Unfortunately, it seems I am unable to find Carry On fan fiction.
Yeah. There's not much. I was going to say, if you find some, you got to let me know.
I know. Oh my God. This is wildly disappointing. It has ruined my day.
I mean, basically, it's just begging to be created is what.
I'm not helping you.
I know this.
I'm
aware.
I can write. I'm not helping you.
We're just gonna make AI do it anyway. Write me a story to blah blah blah. Just
keep AI away from this motherfucking podcast. On this motherfucking plane. We had such a guys. Hey, listen. Let's just go ahead and say I don't like AI in creative spaces. Period.
It's because it's a crime against art.
It is. It is. I don't care if it's like a beta. I don't care if it's helping us edit this thing. It's bad. Don't do it.
This is funny. This chalkboard.
I missed that when I watched that last night.
Yeah.
But foul feet smell something horrible. Well, I'm glad my feet also have noses, so olfactory glands and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Are you done? Are you fucking done?
Okay, I'm done. Hey, we didn't do a synopsis, so we're on.
Oh my God. I don't mind describing things from it. Hey, I don't mind describing things from things, but I don't like being like, beat by beat, this is what happens, and then XYZ. That makes me want to slit my throat.
It's more fun to just talk about the enjoyable moments.
Yes, agreed. Okay, who did picks last time? I can't remember. I'll go first.
You go first, please.
I'll go first. I have it. So, all right. Again, free advertisement for the blog. Because it is late July we're recording this. Genesploitation was about a month ago. I finished it a full week into July. So I was late on that bus. But June was busy. What can I say? Y'all want my 3 picks from that? Because I got them.
I'd like to know. I've waited a while.
You've waited a while. All right, great. The first one is Peter Greenaway's The Cook, the Thief, the Wife, and His Lover.
Nice.
Oh, so good.
There's a lot going on there.
So many. Okay, because the only other Peter Greenaway I've seen was with you.
That was weird, by the way. That was a very early kind of fun.
That was a very early into our friendship sort of gig, but that was I think you've mentioned it here as well. Oh my God, it is so good. This is no different. This is a visually stunning movie. I think the set design and the costumes and the wide angle lenses, Greenaway loves to use. I think those parts of the film have become very famous and why people watch this. Never mind the fact that this is actually pretty gross. What's his name? What did he do? Oh my God. Yeah, so Dumbledore's in this as a fucking horrible person. I was in maybe I'm not gonna make a J.K. Rowling joke, that'd be poor taste, but yeah, no, Michael Gambon is this terrible gangster who basically begins owning this restaurant and terrorizing the people who fucking work there. And believe it or not, he's abusive to his wife, Helen Mirren, which is insane, right? And so Helen Mirren meets this regular at this restaurant. She begins sleeping with them. And so that just goes all over the place. And oh my God, this is just
early Tim Roth appearance as well. He's so good.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Oh my God. Yeah, this is a perfect movie as far as I am concerned. It is gross. I'm sure a lot of you have probably seen this and you're like, oh my God, this is the movie where XYZ happens. I think the ending of this is very infamous. I watched this for revenge. That should tell you everything. I see people, I think I've pointed this out, but I know a lot of people my age, I think especially in this current climate, will watch this and think, oh, this is just an eat the rich narrative, right? Like that's a very easy almost surface level thing to expect, especially if you're like me and come from my political leanings. This is somehow not that. This is like church and state and like all this corruption stuff kind of intertwining to create something just so batshit insane. I love it. I think this is amazing. Oh, and consumerism, because I think anything involving food, I think, is very easy to tie to consumerism, right? Because the obvious, but it's just perfect. I cannot say it enough. Please go watch this, for God's sake.
And as a first experience with Greenaway's films, it really is the one to start with and enjoy.
It would be. It'll get you through Baby. It'll be a better introduction than Baby and Masson.
Yeah, that was a bit much.
It is also amazing, but holy fuck.
Yeah, Draftsman Contract is it's such a, I don't know, it's a wonderful film of his too, but Cook the Thief, His Wife and Lover, it is a way to go. That's just a smart pick. Drowning by Numbers is the advanced. If you're ready for advanced Greenaway with strong depth, that's a hell of a film.
Yeah, and I'm also very shocked that like Cook Thief Wife Lover does not have a 4K out there or like a nice Blu-ray.
That's bit odd.
That needs to happen. Let me just look at this fuck ass challenge. See if there's anything I can actually talk about because I wrote about it. Because some of my really highly rated stuff I did not write about and I cannot confidently talk about. Fuck you. We're going to talk about Righting Wrongs, which is also fantastic. Watched it with a friend of the pod, Matt. Love you. This is great. I think everybody by this point knows I've begun getting more into Hong Kong and Jackie Chan and all that. It's through him I found out about Yuan Biao, who's equally impressive. So this, I wouldn't call it his crowning achievement, but this is still extremely good and amazing. It tackles corruption in a very odd way, I think, because it has Yuan Biao play this like prosecutor while Cynthia Rothrock, who is also amazing in her own right, is playing like a cop, and they are both sick and tired of the justice system they work in being horrible. They have very different definitions of corruption, so they sort of begin going after each other almost unintentionally without realizing they have a common enemy. So that ends in a very interesting way. I highly recommend this. It's kind of hard. It's kind of murky sometimes. Also, I will say that it's kind of strange. There's a lot of tonal whiplash that's really, really hard to understand. But I think as time goes on, I think it'll be it's a lot easier to it gets a lot easier to watch. So that's my second pick.
It came out on Vinegar Syndrome.
It did, yeah.
And it's one that I picked up as a blind buy, and really enjoyed it and opened my mind up to other films with Mr. Biao.
Less of their like action movies, like their kung fu stuff, but a lot more of their crime stuff. I think it's a good gateway into it without going super hardcore. What's the last thing I want to talk about? Okay, fuck it. We're talking about How to Steal a Million.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know. I could talk about Runaway Train or fucking Through the Looking Glass. That's another one I saw that I really liked, but I did not know how to process it 100%. So I did not write about it because I was like, this will bring back very bad memories if I write about this. Yeah. How to Steal a Million. This is like, I know we talked about Charade. We kind of said in that episode that was kind of the last of classic Hollywood. This is like this is after that. So I think like right before kind of Wait Until Dark and whatnot. Yeah, this is a heist movie. It's surprisingly pretty good. It's not quite what I would call camp, and I would, I mean, this is a kind of almost doesn't work as a heist because sometimes the writing gets really confusing. I only mention it though because Audrey Hepburn and Peter O'Toole work so well together. Like, they're so fun to watch as these two, like, they're both kind of conniving and corrupt in their own ways. But like, because it's like, I hate to say, but because it's a movie from the 60s, you don't always immediately pick up on that because of like how they talk and how everything's dressed and whatnot, It's not just like this immediately seedy movie. So yeah, this is a film that revolves around painting forgery and theft and all that. And it's a hell of a lot of fun. If you are a Hepburn fan, if you've not seen that, I don't know what you're doing.
I've never seen this movie, and also Eli Wallach sounds pretty interesting. I mean, right out of the gate, of course, the actors, they're huge names, but
Yes.
William Wyler, I mean,
oh my god,
incredible director. So that's all I need to know.
That's Roman Holiday, Ben-Hur, Funny Girl. Like, yeah, he is a titan as far as classic Hollywood goes, specifically the 50s and 60s and the 40s. So yeah, I mean, fantastic. Please go watch it. So that's my very sputtered out recommendations. What have you got?
All right, so my picks, usually I'm going for like 70s art house type films, slightly stuffy. I need it mildly uncomfortable, a couple of social norms violated.
Only a couple?
Yeah, like 5.
Only?
So this pick, I'm going to stay with that track. Is Medea's Destination Wedding from 2025. It's by a director named Tyler Perry.
He's just an indie director.
Very small director, but does a lot with his casts. The Medea films are, I think there's canon. I don't know if there's fan fiction for Medea yet.
Probably. Let me look. Fuck you.
You're going to look for me. Look into that, please. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. So Medea packs her bags and heads on out for this bumbling wedding. Casino. Yep. I'm so happy right now. You have no idea.
There's 6 whole works on AO3. One of them is a crossover with Terrifier and the Bible.
Wow. Hallelujah, I think is the proper.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
All this person will say is the synopsis for this.
Yeah.
It's not very long.
Okay.
The only synopsis for it though is it's Halloween and Art has a bad time. And Art has a bad time. That's literally it. No, Art has a wild time, oh no.
I'm obsessed with Cassie Davis. She plays Aunt Bam, and so I'm hoping like she's in this somehow as well.
Oh my god. It's not safe for work.
Okay, interesting.
Oh.
Yeah, so this is a 2.5 star film, but
your standards.
Yes, by my very
we need to add.
By my standards, yeah. Yeah. And that was like, I mean, I was pretty I had a really good time.
Hell yeah.
I was shocked. Now, there has been dips in the Medea series of films. Not all of them fully land, but this is like a return to form. Tyler Perry, top of his game, donates to a lot of amazing causes and does good stuff with ridiculous, insane money that he has. So, yeah, this is really, I think this is really worth watching, especially if you've never seen a Medea film. And branch out a little bit,
Sure. Yeah.
Not everything is the 70s giallo, Poliziotteschi, etc.
No, you don't need to be stuffy about it.
No.
We've talked about it before. Don't be stuffy.
The next one I picked is one that our friend Matt and a few others joined in on was called A Prophet by Jacques Audiard from 2009. And this is a really heavy film about a person wrapped up in incarceration and crime syndicates and so forth. And I can't go into the plot much, but Audiard, as far as his films go, are worth looking into. I'm really late to discover his directorial work, but this is some really moving performances from some fascinating new actors that are worth your time. It got a 4-star rating from me, and I don't give 4 stars for much of anything, especially anything in the last 20 years is like just not tons of it. And this one moved me. Like I probably was emotionally moved in it 2 to 3 times at minimum. You can't put walls up for this plot and storyline, and I was really, it's really special. So A Prophet from 2009. I mean, you cannot go wrong.
You guys were in voice chat a while talking about some really interesting things, and I just kind of let it happen. I kind of looked and I was like, I think they'll be okay. This looks really fast.
Oh yeah, just as far as what we're like typing, discussing.
Yeah, because I can see what you said.
Shit, I was like, oh god, this is unplanned. I mean, it's really heavy.
2.5 hours of that. Jeez.
Yeah, and it was long. Like that was the weird thing. It's
a long movie.
It was. I did go to think to myself, what are we doing here? Are we wrapping this up? Because we're spoiled by the 70 to 90 minute.
Sure, yeah. Stuff. Well, especially this day and age where attention spans are dwindling.
Yeah, nearly gone. So my last pick, this comes from our pal and friend Vanessa Lobengaer. It's called Dogs in Space from 1986, directed by Richard Lowenstein. And it's kind of an Australian punk sort of friendship coming of age type movie, but it stars Michael Hutchence the lead singer of INXS. And he wasn't in many films, but he has a pretty poignant role in this film. And equally, it's kind of his musical background is significant enough that I do think he had a hand in selecting the music for the film and helping it really succeed on that front. But it's kind of a grimy friendship tale. And this is a deep cut that I pushed Vanessa on the topic, and I said, I really want something special that has not been put out on the boutique labels. I want you to dig into the archives. I want you to bring it, give me a gem. Give me something that isn't to say nobody knows about. It's not something like that. But
this sounds like a challenge.
It was a challenge coming from me. And here was the challenge, Parker, is that it was also that it couldn't be something that I've seen before. And that's not to say that I've seen everything, because I definitely
no, but you've seen a lot. Like you've seen Box is deceptive.
It can be.
It is extremely deceptive because sometimes I'll bring up a movie and you'll just and be like, oh yeah, I saw that 30 years ago or whatever the fuck, and I'm like, you what?
What are you talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, you what? I'm like, hey. Yeah, that tracks, yeah.
Sometimes. And then the context is usually like,
I was 15.
And then it's just like, how did you process this when you were 15?
What the fuck happened to you? Why did you watch Traces of Death at 15 or something?
Well,
some bullshit.
Teenage boy.
I've heard stories from so many people I personally know that are old, and they're like, yeah, we got shown that in class, or Faces of Death or something like that.
Sure.
We got shown that in class, and I'm like, yeah, I'm watching a shitty VHS rip, and I'm having a hard time understanding why any human being would think that's a good idea.
Yeah, or just real. Even if things weren't real, I still kind of think it's probably
why
not always the smartest, kind of smartest thing. But yeah, so Vanessa to the rescue for an obscure film, Dogs in Space.
Thank you, Queen.
Yes. Next episode, I've
had time to sit on it.
I know.
I've had too much time.
Well, this was our recovery episode because
Sure. I hope to be more consistent. I hope we can be more consistent because I feel bad that this will be our third episode of the year.
And for Edwin, I'm going to write a small article about the film because Terrorama means a lot to me. I did have a challenging time digging in the weeds to kind of get, some detailed information. And philosophically, it's a complex film. And an article will do nicely.
I think so. I think so, yes.
It can be done. It's weird. I didn't think you were going to pick Benny and June with Johnny Depp, but Benny and June. Interesting.
Shut up right now. Shut up right
Good
now.
film.
I might beat you. I might have to beat
They
you.
filmed that movie in a park that I went to as a small child.
That's crazy.
It happens.
Okay. How many reviews does this have? I need to look at. Okay. I think I have an idea. I think we're gonna go animated. It's not on my sticky.
Interesting. That's a first.
It's a first for the podcast. Get rid of that finally. We are familiar with Deaf Crocodile, yes?
Yes.
We are familiar with what they do, what their output is. We have heard of this movie. It is based off of a series of books, I believe. People have been really wanting a release of this for quite some time, and they finally got it recently in Feel a Day.
I knew it.
You know,
excellent. Yeah. I was gonna say, please be Feliday.
Yes. Deaf Crocodile. Yeah, they do. Hey, free advertisement, guys. We love you. This is amazing. This is an amazing movie, and I saw it fairly recently.
Of the boutique labels, we will say, like Deaf Crocodile, and I would include Canadian International Pictures. Like, these are home runs every time. Every time they're putting out releases, they're thoughtful. Severin is absolutely, well, that's, yeah, beyond fanboy.
Oh yeah, but yeah, 100%. This was like an insane release to find. I'm really looking forward to talking about this and kind of diving in a little bit more because I think this parodies not parodies, but just it tackles a lot of things you don't always see. I really like that. So please be happy with me.
That's exciting.
Now I have to go buy the damn Blu-ray.
The Feliday does fall into the adult of
100%
adult oriented, I would say, animation for a variety of reasons.
Oh, so many reasons. So
it does break some boundaries that I just did not think, short of some of the violent components, were a bit moving and jarring. As animal lovers, we that
you don't think about this.
We don't get pressed very hard on things to view like that. So
I own a cat. He's a little house cat. He just peed in the box actually just now. Yeah, I own a little cat, and he's really sweet, but he's old, and I cannot see him in this because I'm a human and I'm delusional.
Yeah, our cats wouldn't survive the environment of Feliday one bit. They're spoiled and have no.
Yours would.
That's because she has hate in her heart, and
exactly,
it's 6 pounds of Satan. So
exactly. You can follow this podcast on Instagram at Where Is My Mind Podcast, and on Blue Sky at WIMM Podcast, I believe, something along the lines of that. You can follow me on Instagram and Letterboxd at parkit_BE. You can follow Ryan on both Instagram and Letterboxd at Ryan_BMD. we do have a blog spot, and we do have a Discord. We will put links to both below in the show notes. Is there anything else I'm missing?
We're gonna have a lot of fun on this next episode.
We're gonna have a lot of fun. We can get it out pretty quickly. I think we'll be okay. So, holy crap. Okay. This is nice to do. I feel better not having this hang over my head now. I have to go edit this. So, okay. Thank you guys so much for hanging in with us for the past year. We missed our 1 year anniversary, so
also thank you to Byron for giving us a nice nod on Sam Deegan's.
Thank you. Yes, not the podcast, but us as humans.
Yeah.
Thank you, but we'll take it as an endorsement because we like Byron a lot.
Yes.
So, yeah, and anyone else who's been sticking with us for the past, years, we've gone through lots of little changes and inconsistencies. We cannot thank you enough, and we hope to continue putting out content because we do like this very much. This is just not our livelihood. So, yeah, thank you guys for listening.
Carry on, carry